What's up, guys? This is Bulva the Fell-Handed, and today we are on Dukla Pass Standard Battle. The Greens have taken the northeastern spawn, and the Reds have taken the southwestern spawn. I am in none other than the Leopard 1. Amazing tank. If you remember, I speak about the Holy Trinity: armor, mobility, and firepower. Well, this tank isn't exactly in the middle like the Type 59 or the Object 140. However, it excels at 2 out of 3 of these things: mobility and firepower. Armor, not so much. This tank was invented or designed when heat shells are very prevalent, and so armor was not such a priority because heat shells kind of make it obsolete. Or so they thought at the time. In regards to the gun, amazing tack driver of a gun. Hard and soft stats are just outstanding. This tank runs at 268 penetration on average, which, 276 is around your Jagdtiger Waffenträger E100 with the 12.8. So almost tank destroyer penetration, which is outstanding. It goes up to 330 millimeters if you decide to run a heat shell. As you see, I don't typically have the 50-50 split as I do with your standard rounds versus premium rounds in this tank, simply because you do not need it. It did receive a small rate of fire buff maybe around a year ago in one of the updates. Now we're getting to my favorite part. The dispersion on this tank is 0.3. Just amazing. I cannot speak highly enough about it. Amazing dispersion. The aim time is 1.9. It is a laser, ladies and gentlemen. It's just an amazing, amazing gun mounted on a very, very quick platform. I cannot say enough good things about this tank. Excellent acceleration, camouflage. The spotting range is 410 meters. Not quite the maximum, but more than your typical medium tank. Whew. Okay, enough about how awesome this tank is. Let's get to some game footage. Now, like I said previously, it did have a little bit of a rate of fire buff, which we're kind of showing right now. Took a round in the side here from a prop. We're going to go ahead and back up, reposition, and see exactly what's going on. Literally about to drive the tank up the side of the rock. We are keeping the gun near where the round came from. And that's the thing about TDs a lot of times, guys. If you don't know where they're coming from, you have to be very cautious. You have to expect where these tank destroyers are going to be positioned, so that way you can plan on it. Certain areas you just know for a fact they're going to be there, or there's a high probability they're going to be there. Just amazing tack driver of a gun. You can reliably hit commander's hatches 300-400 meters away with this tank. 1 out of 4 will most likely miss, so the rest will hit. Just amazing, amazing gun. Now, I will mention at this time, the E50M has the same gun, and it is kind of a different area of the spectrum. It has the armor and it has the gun. It just does not have the mobility. So it's good that on the end of the German tech tree, if you decide to go with your armor versus your mobility, you have that option. Either tank has the amazing gun. It's a little bit better on the Leopard 1. Just a little bit better aiming time, and a tiny bit in soft stats. Other than that, not very much. Now, this tank does have the second best depression in the game, which is -9. So you can do a lot of those peekabooms, hold down, so on and so forth. And I'm a huge fan of being hold down. And if you watch some of my other videos, you're going to realize that it doesn't necessarily have to focus on armor. It has to focus on making yourself a smaller target. It reduces your profile. So that's why I'm a huge fan of going hold down. Now, this is my first game in the Leopard 1 in, gosh, maybe about a year. Haven't ran this tank in a long time. Went down and played mid to, you know, tier 8 tanks for a long time. Kind of left all my high tier mediums behind while I explored some other tanks. And, you know, it's just so good to be back, because the tier 10 is just the pinnacle of technology more often than not. And these machines are just absolutely outstanding. Quick little hint, if you ever want to defeat matchmaking, if you just want to straight up beat matchmaking, run a tier 10 tank, because no one will ever have an advantage on you, be higher than you. There are no tier 11s, not that I'm aware of, so, you know, run your tier 10 tanks. If you don't have a tier 10 tank, run a preferential matchmaking premium tank. So, you know, that way you have options, you're limited. Just, you know, I may make a video on exactly how to defeat matchmaking, but, you know, for now, do what's best for you.
We did it! We won!
Well, it looks like we won that one. We did fairly well. 5,065 damage with a little bit of assist. Didn't really block any damage, nor did I expect to. Guys, I really hope you enjoy it. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. And if you like my channel, check the description box below. There's a lot of other channels that are very similar to mine. We'll see you next time.